This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We are now sitting in a Firefly or Neo, but yeah, it's a sub-run. It's called Firefly, and now I'm actually going to return the car after spending roughly 5 days with it. I haven't gone crazy on the test, but I did actually go crazy towards the end, kind of. But yeah, so I tried to summarize my experience with this car. The good and the bad things about it. And well, first I have to say that I'm just blown away by how good this car is. So it's quite affordable, or I mean relatively affordable, you know. It costs 279,900 or 280k NOK in Norway, and then you get everything like this. The pilot is called, the auto steer, adaptive cruise control, and also auto lane change, and this big screen. But this is the oh man, I keep forgetting what it's called again. The select trim. So it's not the best trim. They will come later. A better trim with massage seats and a motorized lift gate and the glass roof. And there you can see the auto lane change in action. So I mean, but I still think that this select trim is well equipped. It has backup camera. The side cameras doesn't have 360, but for now, I mean, I haven't missed it too much. But just the fact that you get this compact city car and you get all the features is in a way just mind-blowing. So I think the biggest selling point with this, actually there are many, but maybe the biggest selling point with this Firefly is that it has so good space. It's just unbelievable how good space we have in here. At least in terms of my banana box test, it managed to take 21 boxes. I'm like, how is that possible? You know, when I set up for the banana box test, I do it outside the home, right? And then I have the banana boxes in the garage. So I carry a stack of 5 or 6 boxes at a time. And I think I took out 18 boxes in the beginning. 3 times 6 boxes. Okay, that should be plenty for this tiny car that is only 4 meters long. Well, during the test, the last test where I fold the seat, Then I ran out of boxes. Like, huh? I had to go get some more boxes. Yeah. I'm a Norwegian left lane hugger. No, but I actually look in the mirror. If someone wants to go faster, then of course I move out of the way. But normally I would go more like a German. But it's just that since I'm doing the video, I need to focus slightly more on this. But okay, I'll try to be a good German. So, you know, it just blows the competition out when it comes to space. You have the 90-liter frunk there, which is just class leading. Plenty of space in the front, but also inside here, the cabin. How is it possible to get so much space in this tiny 4-meter car? Well, ID3 has less space, at least in my test, right? And it's around 20 or 25 centimeters longer than this this Firefly. So okay, let me just drive manual now. So it's unbelievable, but I mean, it kind of makes sense because if you look at the car outside, you see that they placed one wheel on each corner, and then you have quite big space in here for passenger or cargo. And then some of the competitors, like the Renault 5, you don't have much space in the back. You have well, you have space for people without legs in the back. Yeah, when you have okay position in front. But here in the Firefly, I did the child seat test, which is to put the child seat in the back seat. It was well, for reference, it's a Cybex Sirona T. So it's not the smallest child seat out there, but it's not the biggest, but it's like medium size. And then I tried to sit here in front. And some cramped cars, then it's just uncomfortable to sit in the front. But I was blown away by how much space you still had in the front here with the child seat in the back. You guys know, if you guys have kids, you know how much space the child seat eats up with the Isofix space and all that. Yeah, and very important, it also uses the Isofix space. Maybe if you mount it directly to the seat, it will take less space, but this was a backward facing child seat. So, yeah. And also the trunk has fairly good space compared to many other cars in the same class. So, I mean, why do you buy this car? Well, you probably buy it because you want a small, compact car for the city, easy to park. Maybe you want it for low consumption, which is actually right down the alley because this car is fairly efficient. It's not that thirsty. It's roughly on par with Inster or EV3. Well, EV3 is a bit thirsty, but Inster and Renault 5, you know, in consumption. But okay, the minus with this Firefly is that at least the one I tested now has only 42 kilowatt hour battery. I measured 39.6 kilowatt hour net capacity. I know there's a different number according to spec sheet, but this is what I got after losses in real world. So compared to the competitors, they have bigger batteries. Maybe around 10 kilowatt hour more, let's say 6 to 10 kilowatt hour more. So then in terms of range, yes, the range here in the Firefly is not the best. It's second worst actually. We've compared against Inster or ID3, or at least ID3 Pure is called, or maybe Citroën EC3. But dude, like, okay, I'm not hating on the French cars or anything, but brutally honest, the EC3, not a good car at all. And the infotainment is just a nightmare in the EC3. And other things also. And that car is just thirsty. So you spend your money on something else, right? EV3 or Inster or even a Renault 5. Yeah, what else is it? So okay, in terms of range, not that great. Charging speed is also just okay-ish. It's supposed to take 100 kilowatt. I never saw it. The highest I've seen is around 85 kilowatt. But it has a relatively flat curve. It can maintain 85 and then 75 and then 70 for a bit until around 50% before it tapers off. So in 1,000 kilometer challenge, which is one of my other tests, it actually performs okay, right on par with Inster, but not as good as the ID3 and actually Renault 5. But the ID3 was the best in that test when it comes to charging right? However, the ID3 Pure is just so stripped down. Let me move over here. I'm gonna show you. This is rough Norwegian asphalt. Here we have smooth black asphalt, and you can hear that it's quieter. So noise levels are not that great. It's also just in the middle. But I mean, for a reasonably priced car, then I think that's okay. And then here would be Denmark, right? Nice and smooth roads. Netherlands or Denmark, and then the right lane, and the left lane here would be UK or Belgium, right? So there, to give you guys an idea of what to expect in your country. But you know, I mentioned the ID3, but the ID3 cost more, 320k. This is 280k NOK, and the ID3 is just so stripped down. You get so little equipment. You don't even get 11 kilowatt three-phase onboard charger. It's only 7.4 kilowatt. I don't remember how it was with the backup camera, but you don't get auto steer. You know, they had to strip down everything just so they can offer an affordable EV ID3. But here you get everything. Ferdigsnakka, you know, all inclusive. Well, okay, unless you want to go for the higher trim that will come later this year. Yeah, but also, okay, when it comes to the car, how does it drive? Well, the first time I drove it, I was blown away by how it goes over bumps. Like, I was expecting it to be harsh and maybe a little bit unstable, but something about the wheelbase and the suspension makes the car feel premium, more premium than you would expect. You look at the price tag and think, okay, you know, it's gonna be like flimsy, or I don't know how to put this, but it just, when I sit here and drive it, I feel like I'm driving a bigger car. You know, that's actually the same feeling I get when I drive the ID3. It's a small compact car, but you feel like you're sitting in a bigger, maybe a Passat, or I don't know, or something else bigger. But just also the way they have tuned the suspension. I'm not an expert on suspension, but just my butt feeling when it goes over bump, it doesn't just boing, boing, boing like Insta tend to do, right? I mean, Insta is good on other things. No, I'm not gonna hate on Insta, but just like an example. But this Firefly was just more like some of the German cars. It just tends to bounce a bit. I mean, it's not bouncy, but it just tends to soften out the bumps without being too bouncy, you know. So it's like they put the Neo cars, the more expensive Neo cars, DNA in this Firefly. So man, like I was just blown away. And I've been driving it, also running some errands, and we had to bring, actually, you guys saw that episode where I brought the whole family to the shopping center, but after that day we had some incident where Isabel had to go to the doctor, what they call it, akuttmottak, it's like emergency thing, and then eventually to the hospital. So driving back and forth, I was just very impressed of how the car handled it, but also how much space we had. Wifey did complain about that the seats are not that comfy, but she was used to the Neo EL8 seats. Okay, that's a car that costs at least three, almost four, 3 times more, right? Almost 4 times more. So of course, but at least when I use the car, I don't feel like this is uncomfortable seat. To me, it's okay. Yeah. Sound system here though, lacks bass. I haven't seen any subwoofer here, so it lacks that deep bass. It just has some mid bass. When you crank it up, you feel like it's vibrating here. It's a bit boomy. Maybe that's also one of the weaker points with this car. The stereo. If you like stereo, then maybe you can mount an aftermarket subwoofer to get that little bass, so you get something. But still, it's not that great sounding. But what else is it? Well, I love the big screen here. The fact that you have a big screen for doing various things. However, I feel like the screen here, or the way they design some elements, are a bit clumsy, or they could have utilized the space better. What? Yeah. Sorry for the Norwegian drivers on the road, but I feel like they could have utilized it better. Like, there's some big elements here. Like if you press it, like there's some stuff that fills up a big portion of the screen. And then you have to tab between them, or okay, some stuff will probably be fixed in software update, like state of charge percent is not visible here in the Infotainment cluster. It's only visible here or some other places, but not here. And also, well, a little disclaimer is that the car I'm driving now has a software that is a bit old, and the customer cars will roll out in, well, less than 2 weeks from now, maybe 1.5 weeks already in Norway, and they will get the newer software where some of these annoying things, like the bing bongs and whatever, will be fixed, and also that it slows down in the curve more than, for example, the Neo cars. They will also fix that and make improvements here and there, because I also remember when I tested Neo in the beginning many years ago, I was like, huh? It was annoying bing bong and slow down in the curve, and over the years they made improvements and fixed all these things. So you can guess or hope that they will improve the software, and I like it that you have a menu and you can tap between different things here, but again you kind of get lost in all the settings because there's a menu item here, but then a tab here. So it would be nice to have some kind of search button, right, to find what you're looking for. Wait. Yeah, also some of these bing bongs here, hopefully that will be fixed, because they are a bit loud. They cannot be switched off, and they cannot be adjusted in volume. So yeah, but let me see, let me go back there. Yeah, oh, now it slows down. Okay, a little bit too much. But also the car is light, 1580 kilogram with 80 kilogram driver, and it has actually okay power. It's quick. I measured around 8 seconds 0 to 100 time. And what does it? Yeah, it's rear-wheel drive. And people are going crazy about, oh, the Renault 5 is hallelujah, it's an awesome car. And all the people who tested it. Well, I mean, I also tested it. It's great, except for that it's not that practical. It's just so small and compact, and that's pretty much it, right? And it's front-wheel drive. But this is rear-wheel drive, so it's way more fun to drive. The power goes to the front. I mean, power goes to the rear, and then you do the steering in the front. And when you put the car in sport mode, like this, okay, there's still this lag, this artificial lag. You don't get that punch. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that, but okay. You have a customizable swipe down menu here. You can choose what hotkeys you want. You also have a press and hold here. You can customize what you want it to do, and I put it now to show us the GTA style. Okay, actually, but you can see the backup camera, and you can view it in high speed. So I mean, this is okay, maybe a gimmick, but at least it's nice that you can do that. So what else is? I mean, overall, I actually like this car a lot, simply because they managed to make a compact car ride well, fun to drive, give it a big enough screen, spend some time with the infotainment. And you can do this also. I've got 2 fingers here on this side to change the temperature with the HVAC. You use 2 fingers here to change the volume, and then you do this to change the fan speed. But then I think if you do this, then let me check here. Maybe it goes auto. Yeah, then it's auto. I want auto on the climate control. What if you use 3 fingers? What if you fist? Okay. No, nothing happens there. But so at least it's it's very practical. It works well. Let me just stop being a freaking left-hand hugger. Yeah, sorry. And get behind here. But this is coming from Bjorn. Yes, okay, I'm Bjorn. I'm supposed to sell cars. They're paying me. No, they are actually technically not paying me. And so far, at least, I haven't sold any cars for or I haven't triggered any sales, or even test drives. So as long as that doesn't happen, then no money for me. And I don't want to be too pushy. I still want to just be an independent reviewer, right? Car tester. But I just happened to borrow an EL8 for a long time. And actually now I'm going back to return this car, and I'm gonna pick up the EL8. They replaced the cabin filter, and eventually I want to switch it up to an ET5 Touring. Yeah, ET5T it's called. But okay. As always, I want to be independent and I don't want to be biased. So when I test cars like Inster, for example, Hyundai Inster, nice solution with the seats that slides back and forth and all that. And ID3, I like the ride, similar to this car actually. It feels like a German car when I drive it, this Firefly. But then it's just stripped down in the ID3, right? Here you actually get nice equipment. But the Tesla MG4 is also quite competitive price, but the MG4, when you drive it, you feel like it doesn't have that same driving feel. It just, okay, it feels different. I'm not sure how to explain it, but also the other cars I tested, like the Renault 5 is also cool looking, and it's, it has its history, right? And it's also fun to drive, despite that it's front wheel drive. So all the cars, they have the pros and cons, right? And same with this. But if you would give it score on each category, or like space, practicality, infotainment, yeah, it also has an app. We have an app, and we can use we set the key, the Bluetooth key for it, and then you have a key card just like Tesla. But yeah, you don't have to use that. You can put the key card here. You can tap it on the mirror to lock or unlock the car. But I feel like they actually did a good job making like an overall good experience with using this car. However, when I used that mobile thing, I did run into some problems that many times it couldn't detect the Bluetooth key, even though I was standing right there with the kid and some groceries. I was like, open the door, unlock the effing door now, and then to pull out the phone and then pull out the app, and then it realized, oh, it's here, right? Or or I was still in this car, or the door was open, and I was doing something, unloading the kid or something, putting shoes on the kid, and then it will honk 3 times, because once it doesn't detect the key fob, the Bluetooth key, it will try to lock the car. But if one of the doors are open, it will honk at you 3 times. I don't know, maybe that's some kind of Asian thing to honk, because I had that also in other cars. It was the MG. They also honk at you if you try to lock the car, right? So, yeah. What else was it? Somewhere, but this stuff could be fixed in a software update soon. So I run into some weird things here and there. Yes, most of those things though, they are mostly software things. So, which means that it might not be relevant for me to even mention this, because by the time you test the car, those things should or hopefully will be fixed by then, right? But what is important is the hardware, and this applies to other Nios also. But the hardware, the ride, the comfort, the big screen is there. There's an instrument cluster, so you can see stuff. Many people, they like this. They don't want to just have one screen here like a Tesla, right? And here I can show you again, once we go over the speed bump, it just the sound it makes, like this deeper. It's not like blah, 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 sounds cheap. No, it sounds more premium. So I like it. You should try it yourself. I don't think I have an affiliate program for Firefly, so I guess you could mention it. Oh, okay, Bjorn recommended to test drive the Firefly. Just try it. You're gonna be blown away. If you're looking for a city car, try the Firefly. And even better, if you are really into this, you should try some of the other cars also. Renault 5 with a baguette holder, Inster EV3 maybe, and the stripped down ID3, and just try to get a feel of how each car is. I dare to claim that this Firefly is one of the best, or maybe even the best choice. Oh, how do I get in there now? Because oh, good turning circle. Yeah, look at this. It's so nimble. It's just a ninja around here. Like, see that? See that? Huh? Good turning circle. Small when you want to sneak around. You know. Look at this. Look at this. Well, however, I feel like maybe the turning circle is better on ID3 or Honda E. But Honda E is just okay. This car kind of looks like a Honda E. Okay, I agree. But it's nothing like a Honda E. The Honda E is just like a cult car, overpriced. It has those screens, but it didn't sell that well, and probably for good reason, because I mean, I'm not sure how to explain it. I mean, it doesn't perform that great. You know, the Honda E. 1,000 kilometer challenge was quite slow from what I remember. So this Firefly actually did it okay in the 1,000. I mean, it's not superb. It's right in the middle there. You can go on long trips if you want to. That's okay charging speed, right? Okay efficiency, but just a little bit small battery. But yeah, but okay. So I mean, I tested so many cars, and it seems like this year, 2025, is like the year of the reasonably priced car, the affordable city car. And yeah, there's more Fireflies over here. And man, I like it a lot. That's what I'm saying now. And yeah, so it's the Firefly get 2 thumbs up for me. It's like I talked about this before, that that there is like a recipe for how to build an EV, right? EVs, they rewrite the rules. They don't have to follow the rules of the fossil cars. So then it's just up to the car manufacturer to make an EV-based platform and optimize EVs, right? With the advantage of battery and electric motor and whatever. And I get the feeling that this is the result of it, right? They actually utilize everything that is good with EV and made this car, and it's probably not possible to make this a fossil, right? So yeah, but there are a few things I haven't tested yet, which is winter consumption, because this car has no heat pump. I asked them about if it has heat scavenging, but I haven't gotten any answer yet. It doesn't have preheating of battery, which is a bit weird. It has LFP battery, which concerned me in winter. So if you guys are interested, I can test again once winter is coming and see how well it performs. Then, yeah, at least for summer or now, it works great, but not like, okay, didn't see 100 kilowatt. That's a bit disappointing, but again, you know, I'm not trying to nitpick on stuff here, because other cars that I mentioned in the same price range, they also have the pros and cons. But I just feel like the Firefly might actually have the most points. So, you know, I'm not trying to sell you a car, because if you watch this video, you might already be interested in Firefly. And I say, go for it, or try it first. Yeah, try it, and there's a high chance you're gonna like it. So, you know, yeah, don't waste your time on not so good cars. It might not be obvious for you when you see a car on the street and you think, oh, okay, that car looks nice, but you really need to test it deep and I always go deep in my testing. No, okay, just kidding. But okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see more of the Firefly. I had very limited time, but I also requested from Neo to borrow it again, hopefully in a couple of weeks. And then meanwhile, maybe I can get some ideas from you guys what I should test. Right? I want to do maybe a 0-mile test, a Sunday drive. Not sure what else. Sleep in the car. So yeah. But okay, my point is that if I was lying to you that this is a shitty car, and I just lied to you just so I can sell more cars for Neo and make money, which I don't do anyway, right? I don't make any money. Then you would find out if this car is shit, right? So, so it's always best to be honest about things, about the reviews. So I think that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.